Hello there, my name is Josh Davison, and today I'm going to talk to you about The Mature Mind, a book written by psychologist Dr. Gene Cohen in 2005. Um, there's a few things that I felt were inspirational or at least thought-provoking within Dr. Cohen's book. The first of which was the idea of social intelligence. He describes social intelligence as the capacity to sustain existing relationships and build new ones. Um, while we did our study of social intelligence, we were also reading in Bjorklund, 2015, about different theories of friendship making. One was the attachment theory, where you form attachments to different persons throughout your lifetime for different reasons and then call on them during traumatic periods of time. The other was the convoy model, which has a model of different series of circles of friends that interact within your lifespan, and they also are relied upon during different crises within your life. Um, Now, when I first thought of social intelligence, I was thinking about, friends versus not friends and the quantity. And of course, during the course of this class, I learned that the elderly, while they may have a smaller network, actually have a very tight and useful network of friends, and that becomes, or excuse me, that comes from increase of social intelligence. So while the young may have 3,000 Facebook friends, they're certainly not going to have 3,000 friends that they can rely on at any moment. I can think of circumstances in my lifetime when I would completely agree with that, where I had what I felt like were hundreds of friends, yet no one to listen to me. So as I got older, I was able to discern who was good for, communications, emotional support, just making me feel better in general. Um, and so as I grew older, my social intelligence grew, and so that's why the elderly also have this network of social uh, persons that are available to them, and it's much more defined and supportive than what young people have. Another aspect that I found interesting in The Mature Mind was that Dr. Cohen talks about creativity as a positive impact on health. He actually has a study with other people, um, and in his study, they did a test where they took two groups of people, one who did an activity and one who did not. And the activity was singing, and they found that the ones that they had in the singing group over a period of time reported a higher overall physical health, fewer doctor visits, less medication use, fewer instances of falls, and fewer health problems as compared to their control group. In a similar study, Canada, Stephen Cadroit, and Giaconelli in 2013 showed that in a study of 500 people ages 60 to 95, those that were open to new experiences or challenges were reporting feeling younger, healthier, and had a higher self-esteem. They also reported being more connected to younger generations, both socially and within activities. Um, Now, I thought this was interesting because while working as a nurse, I've known that coloring and card play and um, different activities can increase your mood or improve your mood, and we use that periodically on my unit. We have on an oncology unit, we have a lot of people that are in seriously bad health, and so we break up their day with some activities, and it usually makes them feel a little better. And always encourage them to have as many people come and visit them during this process, and it seems to help. So I always thought, this is, and we always talk about the possibility of using activity as a means of improving your health, but I didn't realize that there were actual studies out there where they had actually proven that these sorts of things do work. So that was interesting to me. The last thing was this reinventing retirement. The process of planning a retirement for somebody was pretty eye-opening for me, I would say. I'm 46. I'm 20 to 25 years away from retirement, planned retirement, I should say. And once I was doing this retirement process, I realized that there was a lot to actually think about. At first, I was thinking, oh, it's all financial, and it's actually not. There's a lot more involved than just being financial. Um, in Dr. Cohen's book, he recommends first thing you do is do what he calls a retirement readiness quotient, which is a series of questions asking, I think it's 12 total, asking you poignant questions about whether or not you're truly interested in retiring and if you have a good plan. And if at the end of that you come out in the bottom half of the scoring, he recommends that you reconsider your retirement because it may not turn out as well as you had hoped. He also has a second part to his retirement plan. He admonishes those who are going to retire to consider planning their activities, and that's what was kind of new for me. One of the studies that I ran into while doing this, studying about retirement, was a study by Jeffrey in 2011. And his results showed that older adults with strong networks are more likely to stay out of nursing homes and display quality of life benefits. So that was kind of interesting because nursing homes are often considered places where people who can't take care of themselves anymore go. So poor health is associated with nursing homes. It's not always true. There's plenty of healthy people living in nursing homes or assisted living. And some people just volunteer to go there because they don't have the family support that they require. But his study showed that through social networking, you were able to actually have better health. And Cohen recommends that social networking is a big piece of retirement, and planning out activities around your networks is something that he's advising on. So I thought about it personally, and I've always wanted to teach at a university after I retired from nursing. And so in order for that to happen, I have to start working on things now so that when my retirement age comes, I can actually do that. So in order to do that, I have to have a master's in education, which is something I'm working on at this moment. And I also wanted to support my niece and nephews and in their efforts as they go through life, and so I might have to save a little extra money for that. And I also want to live a healthy life, or as healthy as possible towards the end, and that requires dedication to a good diet and a good exercise plan, and picking up these kinds of habits now while it's still a possibility to change since my diet and my exercise are not in the best state at this time. So it was thought-provoking thinking about retirement because while I have made plans, I really never really thought about it. I do know that while most people don't maybe most people will consider talking about retirement, they don't think about their plans for death. And however, the hospitals do provide a advanced directive program that helps people to think about things, I think, a little bit earlier than they had planned on. So that's something I think is of value with respect to retirement, is also thinking about how you may want to die. So anyway, these are the things that inspired thought within me personally while reading The Mature Mind by Dr. Gene Cohen. Have yourself a wonderful day, and thank you.